Welcome to Metaphysical Meanderings with Master Psychic Lana Duncan Hartgraves. Lana has been a practicing psychic for over 25 years and has the gifts of clairaudience, clairvoyance, and clairsentience. She is an empath, a medium, as well as a pet communicator and health advisor. If you want to know more about what she does, check her out at www.enchantedSky.com. It's always that nice little bit of silence right before it comes on
Okay.
to get people in spiritually. Linda,
Yes.
good morning. Glad to have you with us. Of course, a big shout out to our good friends over at diamondsnaturalstore.com for all of your fur babies'
Good morning,
healthy
Sue.
diet needs.
Good morning, everybody. So, how is everybody today? It's finally raining here. We
Yes,
had a drought, and we got maybe 3 inches of rain. It was needed, so everything looks good out in that pasture. You know, I got horses.
incredibly needed. Yes.
Exactly. So, all right. So we left off. This is the last section. And I'm going to tell you a little bit next about what I'm going to be talking about. Now, I will be pulling my astrology friend, Susie Evolutionary. I will be pulling her back on here
Awesome.
next couple weeks. Also, I'm planning all right. So you know how elusive Bigfoot is? Well, the Bigfoot hunters are also as elusive because I'll have them, I'll be talking to them, they're going to be on, then I don't hear from them again, and then yeah. So anyway, I have a Bigfoot hunter coming on because you know this is metaphysical meanderings, but it also is paranormal. So
Yeah.
I've got other things. So anyway, with that said, I'm going to cover the last 4 of the north nodes. Now, I'm going to go through them and then I'm going to take a couple questions, do all this, fill all this stuff in. What else is happening with me? So that you guys know for events. I am I am now doing a group of women. If you want to join, it's $5. It's $5 on a Wednesday night, I believe it is. So if you are interested, sorry, Kent, you weren't included. I'm sorry.
That's all right.
Sorry. Anyway,
Can I pay $10? No.
yeah, there you go. So if you guys are interested, you can sign up and go week to week, and it's $5, and you'll get sent a Zoom link. So that way you guys know. I'm trying to form like a community, and which I have. And if you guys are following me on Sundays and Tuesdays, I'm not on here 24/7. You guys know that I'm supposed to be really retired, but you know that I'm working now more than I did when I taught. Anyway, that's what happens a lot. I've talked to a lot of other people that it's like this is what I'm really supposed to be doing. And I probably should have been doing it maybe 10 years ago already. But anyway, so with that said, we're going to talk about this North Node thing. And then we're going to be maybe, I don't know, summing it all up, I guess.
Yeah.
Okay. So hold your questions till the end. Yes, you get free questions. Wednesdays are always free. So if you guys are waiting for a couple of answers, you guys will get them. Okay.
Yeah.
And so we started at Aries because that's the beginning of the zodiac and explaining what a North Node is. Now, Kent, tell me what you've learned about a North Node. What is it?
A North Node is what we are supposed to learn this lifetime around.
Yes. Now, what's a South Node?
South Node is what we is from the past life and what we have lived in the past and what we're trying to move through. Is that a good way to put it? Yeah.
That's good job. That was a good one. Yeah, the South Node can be, you know, you're working on it usually. Now, this is new to me because I always know that you're working on it, like part of, you know, as you're young and stuff. But you usually go through a change to your North Node either around 37 to 40 or at 50. For me, it was 50, very much at 50. So And you guys know, I don't know if I've ever told you this, but to be honest, I'm very connected to the Native American culture. I know I have friends that are Native American. I'm very connected. And a lot of people don't realize that they have councils. They're the women of the most of the tribes. They are the ones that elect the chief, that kind of thing. People don't realize that. And they usually will not let a woman on the council till she's 50 because she's got all her crap out of the way. So just isn't that interesting that that's a different culture? They don't know astrology. They are, that's Western astrology, but it coincides. Isn't it interesting?
Yes.
Right? Okay. So anyway, so I'm going to be taking questions. Don't worry. So if you guys could please hit likes on everything all the way across my board, because I'm on what am I on? So 8 social medias.
Yeah.
And I'm going to talk to you a little bit about, now we left off with Scorpio. Now, Scorpio is a very, very interesting sign because you're letting go of negativity and fear. That is what Scorpio was doing. I'm just reviewing from my last episode. I had 3 parts to this. Oh, and next week we're going to be doing, I'm going to be explaining what happens when we die.
Ooh, cool.
What happens when we die? Because I'm getting a lot of people that are, it's like they got it partially. I'm not saying I'm perfect. I'm not saying I'm right with everything, but
Sure.
I've done this for so long that I understand what it is. And they have it mostly right, but there's a little there. Well, anyway, I'm not going to sit here. So keep watching next week. Okay.
So Linda asks if there's a good book on all this North Node, South Node.
This North Node stuff. There's a couple of them. I will put them, Linda, don't worry. I will put them in the comments. I will find the book. I cannot remember offhand. Thank you for reminding me though. Yeah. Okay. I know I need to be I am blogging this also, you guys. So you guys haven't joined me on my website. It's www.enchantedskye.com. You'll get my blogs. And what the blogs are is basically the transcripts from my podcast. So that you remember that. Because the last one I typed was about the dandelion root. So now it's going to be about North Nodes. Yeah. Okay. So I had it done and it erased itself. Yeah, tell me about
Mercury in retrograde, probably.
It was during Mercury in retrograde. It was.
Yeah. The other thing I think, and I don't like to plug people who aren't, hooked up with us, but Astrology Cafe has good reading on North Node, South Node as well.
It does. Yeah. I like them. I did remember you guys, I did have a website. It's not up. There's going to be one coming. We're planning one right now, and one that'll have all this kind of information and a good, and we're trying to name it right now. So got to have something to do with Enchanted Sky. It's got to connect in there. So that's why, if you guys do see also the podcast is now called, and I told Kent this because I have copyrighted it. It's Metaphysical Meanderings of the podcast. So that way, will always pop up and that is copyrighted. So, okay. All right. So we left off in Scorpio. Scorpio is always scared of something. They're ruled by Pluto. They're always scared of something. And what are you doing in your North Node? Releasing fear, releasing I don't have any self-doubts. You also, no offense to my Scorpios, because I've got tons of Scorpio in my life. They poor me. They sometimes get in that rut of poor me, and you're releasing all that when you're when Scorpio is your North Node, when it's your South Node going to North Node. I'm a Scorpio South Node, and drama, criticism. You're learning how to, as a North Node, how to deal with it though. So you've released it. Do you see what I'm saying? It goes to, I'm not afraid anymore. When you're learning your North Node on Scorpio, you're releasing that stuff going to Taurus. And in Scorpio, it's the opposite. You're releasing the, money's really important. Scorpio is not money. Money isn't as important to a Scorpio as a Taurus, by the way, but it's all a release. But you're learning how to have faith and trust as a Scorpio. Okay. So now a Sag, Now, you guys do understand that this all relates, right, to a regular sign, right? Okay, so the Sagittarius is all about travel, learning, um, confidence, fun. It has a lot to do with you're learning to be spontaneous. That's kind of what a Sagittarius North Node is learning. They're trying to learn how to use all of the knowledge that's around them, and they're also very, very spiritual. They also will almost always a Sagittarius North Node will be somehow involved in religious studies in some way. They're very, very spiritual. Okay, so that you understand that, yeah, Sages are in general. It's like tell me, tell me, tell me. I want to know. I want to know. I want to know. That's a Sag. So just remember that. Now, we're going to Capricorn, and Capricorn, I've talked about Capricorn before, and I've talked about Capricorn a lot. I'm a Capricorn rising. Some people say Capricorns are boring because they're so dependable and they're so logical and they're so, do you know what I'm saying? It's like that. And a Capricorn is learning the precarious balance of home and family life. That's one of the main things that they are learning, how to juggle everything and do a good job of it. Why? Because Capricorn is probably a business owner in some way. You know, all three of my girls are a couple days apart in January, and
Wow.
they're Capricorn, and they're all very different because of their rising signs. So anybody that says that a Capricorn's this way or that way, you guys got to remember it's such your signs and your charts are they're so complex, but you can kind of tell what a Capricorn is. You know what I'm saying? You can, if you guys call me for readings, I will say to you guys, I'll often say, so you sound like a such and such. And they'll be like, no, I'm not. I said, let me look it up. And sure enough, I'll find it in your rising or ascendant sign. And I'm like, oh, because a lot of times that ascendant rising sign is more you than your actual sun sign. So sometimes, and for some people, I see their moon is so them. And I had that one of those people yesterday, and I kept saying, you sound, and I said something, and she's like, yeah, I am a moon. I'm like, yeah. So anyway, but Capricorns are the business people of the zodiac. You probably are running a business. You're learning to juggle. You're learning to handle that. What's the most important thing in your life is most likely your family. It's focused on the family. It's focused on still making money, still running that business, still doing those things. Okay. So that you guys get it. All right. And that's what a Capricorn is. And remember, you're releasing things. And so they'll always be the opposite. So you go 6 signs over. So Capricorn and a Cancer is a releasing Cancer. Cancer is real emotional, and really they're led by their emotions, and where a Capricorn is not. Do you see how that they're other opposites? And opposites do attract, because remember, I've told you many times I'm a Capricorn rising and everybody in my life is Cancer. So, and I always thought, like I said, I always thought that my Sag son and my husband, who was a Cancer, were incompatible. I've been married 36 years, so I guess I'm compatible, sort of. So, but everybody in my life's a Cancer. It's bizarre. It's bizarre. Even my people that you guys call, even when you call me, you will see it is a Capricorn. You are probably a Cancer. So it's just weird. It just plays out strangely, you know.
Well, and I mean these are the north nodes that we're talking about, and are you living your north node? But also, so like my north node is Pisces, but I'm a Cancer.
Yes.
So I have to also take into effect the characteristic traits of my zodiac sign, right? And how that kind of all floats together, right?
About this before. Yes, you act like a Cancer. Yes, you act like a Pisces. I honestly, I didn't believe when you told me what you did for a living, it didn't match.
Yeah.
It didn't. I'm sorry. It just, to me, it didn't. I understand you were living your south node. You're now going into your north node. And we both know that. We've talked about it. So you see how that works. So, so for the next one is Aquarius. And if you are an Aquarius right now, my God, you can't do anything wrong. Go play the lotto. Aquarians are real because Pluto comes back into Aquarius direct at the end of January. And I am telling you, it's a big deal. This is a good thing. This is your transformational time, by the way. Just saying, if you've got a sun, moon, rising, or even a north node, it's your time. Go for it. Go get what you want. Now, I'm not saying the other people aren't transforming, because we all are going through a shift from 24 to 26. I find it so interesting is because I'm reading. I'm doing my mediumship. I'm reading you guys. And then I find it in the astrology. And like I said, I'm a budding astrologer. I've got a lot to learn. I know the signs pretty well. But when it comes to transits and things like that, I will admit I don't know. That's why I have an expert who can come on my show and, and help us out, right? So anyway, and anyway, Aquarians are learning creativity and who cares? I'm going to move the beat of my own drummer. I'm going to do it. I'm going to do whatever I want to do, and love and joy and peace and harmony. And that's what an Aquarius North Node is experiencing. It's all about that. It's all about being the person you need to be without listening to what other people say. You're moving to your beat of your own drummer. That's what an Aquarius North Node will do. Okay. So if you are that, be expecting some big things that could possibly happen. Also, you might be going into your North Node from 24 to 26. And by the way, remember I had said in my podcast, Kent, back in January, that there would be cures for things that would blow our minds.
Yes, you did.
I just saw an article, and I'm making a video about it. They're pretty sure they have a vaccine that will cure autoimmune diseases, including MS.
Wow.
Yes, I did read it. I was from Reuters, I believe. It was a reliable source, and so I said that was coming. And because you guys just, it's so, people are like, oh, I think sometimes people think I'm a Pollyanna a little bit, but I'm not a Pollyanna. This stuff is happening. It's real right in front of our eyes. Now, as another, I'm political, but I try not to be, because I'm kind of a moderate. I really, truly am. About some things I do shift left, of course, because of what I do. But as of Monday, the 9/18, abortion is legal in Wisconsin. And I still think, you guys, we can make change. For me personally, I had a couple people that said, I'm not following you anymore, because it's not, this is my belief. This is me. And I'm not telling you what to believe. You have to understand, I would never have one myself, but I would never tell somebody else what to do. That's how I believe. And that's a moderate perspective. Okay. So all I know is that how did we get that? How did we all of us here in the state, we called and we called and we called, and our state representatives, from what I understand, one of the state representatives got over 50,000 phone calls. Every day I called. I got on the phone with a bunch of people we knew, and we called our representatives. We called and we just drove them absolutely crazy. So change is possible, you guys. Change is possible. Remember I told you that somebody said, is abortion going to be legal? I said, no, not completely. Remember I said that. And if you look on my Facebook, back in 2018, when I first started doing predictions, I was on Facebook doing it. It says, I believe Roe versus Wade will be overturned. And that was 5 years before, 18, 19, 20, 21. Yeah, 5 years before it happened. So, but I said it would never be all in all 50 states. So just a thought. All right. The last one, this is the last one of the zodiac, but yeah, Teresa agrees too. Pisces. Okay. You're a North Node Pisces, Kent. So tell me what you are, because you've learned this, like you've been, you didn't know any of this. You didn't have a clue before you started. You knew me, did you?
No, that's correct. I'm on my spiritual journey. So the Pisces North Node is about finding and searching for deeper meaning. Also coming in tune more with your psychic abilities.
Yes, you're coming into your own. Yeah. And it's emotional, and it's spiritual, and it's also about, it's also a little about, because a Pisces is also self-doubt. You're always
Mhm.
doubting yourself. I'm
Yeah.
always doubting yourself. You're always doubt you're gonna quit because you're using your intuition to figure out what you need to do.
Yep.
Okay. And that literally is what happens. Okay.
Yeah. And that is the journey right
And
now
the,
that
that
I'm on.
is, it
Yeah.
is. You are correct. Okay. So I'm wondering if anyone has questions. Anybody wants to ask a question really fast before I go to your regular questions, like your yes, no questions, whatever, about a North Node. Does anybody want to ask a question about a North Node really fast and that I can answer before we go? And I'm going to let you guys ask your regular questions, right? Okay. All right. Anybody? Nobody? No.
Nothing else.
I got 4 screens on me and I'm on 8 social medias. So let's see what we get here.
What
Okay.
is Cancer
What
North?
is a Cancer North Node?
Yeah.
It's all about emotion, but it's all about going forward, keeping your emotions in check, making sure you've got, you're not doing that self-doubt, making sure you are keeping the emotions the where they should be, in the way they should be, not letting them run away with you. Okay, that's a Cancer North Node that you're learning.
Yeah.
Okay.
Tracy asks, what type of careers is good for the North Node of Taurus?
Well, Tracy, okay, and I did not cover what good that I probably should have covered what things you could do. I'm a Taurus North Node. Anything spiritual. Anything. I was a teacher, that was spiritual. Anything it's spiritual where you're helping people, where you're anything because what is a Taurus North Node? Learning to make money spiritually and how to juggle this and still enjoy your life. See, I'm falling right into it. And I'm going to tell you a secret. I'm going to say it. I've said it many times. When you're doing your North Node, it's effortless. It's absolutely effortless. Like you're like, wow, how did that all happen? And things just fall into place. It's like, because it's destiny. Now, there's certain things in your chart. Let me explain this really fast because this is what I know to be true. Now, am I completely 100%, follow me because I know everything? No, but I do know this to be true. Now, when you are following it, it's a destiny thing because there's free will in a lot of things, but the North Node's destiny. It's what you're learning, what you're accomplishing, what you're doing. And so that's why I always tell people when I read relationships, it's so funny because I tell people and I tell them straight out. I said, now you can understand I'm saying you guys are going to end up together. Now somebody may opt out on this and they want to go, maybe they'll decide to revisit this in another lifetime. So, and people are like, yeah, because out of the clear blue, he changed his mind. I said, that's because he opted out. There's free will designed in to keep your life interesting. There's free will involved with quite a bit of our lives, but there's certain things that are not. And one of them is the North Node. Okay. But anything, Taurus would be anything that is having to do with spirituality. Like as in a Cancer, what would be good is a caregiver. They're caregivers. So anybody, if you are a Cancer North Node, you probably are a caregiver. Okay. Capricorn probably have a business. See how this goes? Sagittarius, they're probably in higher education. They're probably in that kind of thing, or they could also be travelers. They could be, they could be a travel blog. They have a travel blog because Sagittarius like to travel. So, okay. So just remember that, yes, there's jobs that go with them. I guess I could have covered that. I guess I'll put that in my blog when I start blogging. I had it completely done, you guys. I kid you not. The whole thing was done. It was probably about 8 pages, and I tapped it, and it disappeared. So the lovely things of the lovely problems of our digital age, right? So yeah, not much I can do about that.
Two real quick. R. McAdams says, how do I figure out my North Node?
You don't have to figure anything out. Go to cafeastrology.com, put in your birth date, birth time, and birth location, and it will tell you.
Yep.
It is the North Node is an upside down U with little circles at the bottom, little balls at the bottom.
Mm-hmm.
And that's your North Node. And then your South Node, you can see it on the round chart. See, I can read a chart, the circle chart. And I know, but it's much easier just to go there because it'll literally list your Mercury, your Venus, and
Mhm.
it'll at the bottom will be the North Node. Okay.
So, Princess, thanks for finding us on Wednesday morning. I appreciate that.
Mhm.
She started school, so she's like, "Hey, where you been?" Anyway, she says, "I have a south node of Aquarius, but I am an Aquarius. Is that odd?"
No, that is not odd. It's just your time. We've talked
Mhm.
about this, Princess, before. This is your time. This is what you probably are coming into your North Node. You're probably things are going. Everything's very transformational for everybody, but especially that energy of an Aquarius. Okay, my husband's an Aquarius moon and ascendant, so which is interesting since I'm it may I've never met, I mean, honestly, I've never met an Aquarius that people did not like. Also a Gemini and a Libra. They're air signs, they're communicators, and they're almost always well liked. So just a thought, okay? Any other questions? Somebody said, "Oh,
Um,
it's interesting."
all I
No,
want to do is hold the phone. In June, I'm going to show this here. This is your predictions on June of
yes.
2022.
Okay.
Okay. And here you say 3 to 5 cures for major illnesses,
Yes.
more than likely in the next 18 months.
Yes. Oh,
That
yeah.
was
Oh, you're right. That was three because they said cancer. Thank you. They said cancer,
yeah,
MS, and there was something else, and it was a more common illness.
yeah.
I'm not sure what I can't remember, but I did circle the ad. See, when I'm reading, because I read all the time, 'cause I'm a Sag, I circle it and then snapshot it, and I've got a snapshot of what it is. But
Yeah.
thank you for that.
Listen, and for everybody out there listening who's listening to the podcast, out on the radio, all that good stuff. I'm going to tell you what, I write this down to try to show her that she's wrong. And more times than not, I'm like, here's another one you got right. And here's another one you got right. So,
Yeah. So
crazy,
anyway,
crazy,
well,
but it's true.
you have to understand that I'm in service to you. I'm not bragging. I'm not making tons of money off this.
Right.
I'm paying my bills, but I want you to know that I'm in service because of my Taurus North Node to you. So I share with you the information that I'm getting. Okay. I'm not here to be famous with a million gazillion watchers, and that's not what this is about. And so you will see when I share things. Now, really quick, I'm going to remind you because I just put it on my website. Tracy laughs. That the UAW, I predicted the strike. I said last week they would be like 2 weeks ago on a Sunday. I said they'd be on strike. And I said it's needed. It's coming. And I predicted in 2022, so go find it, Kent, there'd be a very large company going on strike. And I believe it was at the beginning of 23. And I said it's needed. And I also said when they said are we going on strike? I said yes in the last 3 weeks. And oh my God, I'm like, and I said, well, it could be 3 days. It's already been 3 days. It's 3 weeks. And I know that people are hurting a little, and because they don't have any pay, and I'm really sorry, but it's going to take you that long to get what you want. Hold off any way we can help, because do know that their strike is going to affect the whole country, because there's going to be a domino effect. And I said that was coming. I remember I told you the billionaires were coming for those billionaires. Remember,
Yep.
I said that. And I know that's what I'm seeing in a positive way. Okay. So, all right. So just to let you guys know that. But anyway, got to keep the predictions coming. I just posted about 5 more. What I'm going to start doing now, so that everybody knows, is I have an IT person. She's fantastic. Her name is Shimmer Studios. Shimmer Studios at info.org. .com. Oh, I can't remember. Anyway, it's Shimmer Studios. You look her up, you'll find. But she's the one that's been helping me with develop all of my social media. And we're going to be making a vlog of all these predictions. Instead of me writing them out now, we're going to and I'm going to go right down the row. You're going to find the vlog on my website and on YouTube and on TikTok, and there's going to be a vlog. That way it's right there. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Shauna says my North Node is Gemini, my South Node Sag, MC with that stellium. I don't know what MC is, but you guys do.
Mid-heaven.
Okay. Of planets too. It's like I'm still using what I brought to this life openly to work towards that North Node.
Yes, you know that's a good thought. That's a good way to put it, Shauna. That's a good way to put it. Yeah, the MC is your midheaven. That's what you're doing, what you're learning in your work life or in your career.
Uh-huh.
Now, see, so to sum it up, for me, I'm a Libra. I've always collaborated extremely well with people in a work atmosphere. I'm very good at collaborating, like feeding off of other people. I'm like, okay, let's just go with it. I'm very good at chaos. When my job was chaotic, 750 kids a week, I had no trouble and I made it look easy because it was that was my midheaven, and that's where it stood. So next time you look, you can see where it's at, Kent. It's your MC as your midheaven.
Gotcha.
Okay?
All right.
All right. All right, guys, we're ready for questions. Go for it. Let's go. All right, people on TikTok.
All right. This is
double the numbers. Go ahead.
That's it. This is a time where we can ask Lana some questions, but be very specific. Don't say, do you see anything? Does my spirit say anything? This is where you want, listen, we've got hundreds of thousands of people tune in, a lot of energy. Be very, very specific.
Yes.
In the same breath, if we don't get to your question, don't be upset. You can always set up a time with Lana for her to do a one-on-one with you, which is great. So let's start with Lisa Butler. Lisa says, will my daughter Amanda have another baby? If so, when?
Have another baby? She have a daughter now, Lisa? Because it seems like there's a daughter. I think there's two daughters. There's somehow a son involved. Does she have one or two? Because there seems like there might be three. Okay. I see two girls and a boy. Okay. So let me know if I'm right. All right, Lisa. Okay.
There you go.
All right. Go ahead.
Chris Riley. Lisa says yes, first of all. Yes.
I'm right.
Yeah. Chris Riley says, if someone wants to study astrology, what would you recommend someone to do?
Find a good person. There are a couple people online that I know that people are studying with. Lisa Silverman, Deborah Silverman is a very, very good astrologer. You can take classes with her. I know her offhand, that I've dealt with her a little bit, and I thought about studying with her. She's there's different types of astrology, you guys, and there's evidential or evolutionary astrology. There's Western astrology. There's Vedic astrology. And so you got to find which one you want. I consider myself more evolutionary astrology. That's what I do. I do like Vedic. So I kind of am both, but some people just want the standard Western, so that you understand there are different types. But Deborah Silverman is a good one. Okay.
Nice.
All right.
Yeah. PT Chris 1 says, do you see me buying a new car? Mine is having some trouble.
Not until like October, November, PT Chris. Keep looking. You're going to find what you want. You buying a sedan, like maybe a 4-door. It's not a real big car. So I think you'll find it. You got to look. It looks like it's gray or red. There's two different ones you might decide. Okay.
Ooh, nice. Right. Brenda Wilson, good morning, says, do you see my financial aspect getting better besides paycheck to paycheck?
Not for a while. I do want to say, Brenda, that you're going to figure something out, or there's a raise or a side hustle, something, but it's not until March or April. So it's going to be a little while. It'll be about six months or a little bit more. Okay. All right. But you will. You just have to plug away. Okay. Let me take one off of TikTok. Okay. Here we go. Will I return to my current employer after your medical leave? Cami. Yes. I feel you've outgrown that job, though. I feel like you've outgrown that job. So just to let you know, and you might be looking for something else coming here in 24. Yes, that's my phone. People are calling me, making appointments. Like I'm looking and I can
already.
Yeah, awesome. I was busy last week. If you guys didn't know, I was tired last night, and I've been playing Jeopardy with my people on Tuesday nights. It's a lot of fun. I'm playing what I would have done when I taught. It's a quick way to teach. And we played Jeopardy for prizes, like free reading, stuff like that. And last night I was tired. And so I just did some like one card pull. My schedule is always Monday. or Sunday. I try to go on Monday, but sometimes I don't make it. So it's Monday, Sunday, Tuesday for sure, and then Wednesday mornings here. So you can always catch me at 4 days a week. I'm not on every day. I need rest. So after I get done with this, I'm having a spa day. I'm going to go get my massage and my nails done and all that good stuff. Yeah.
Love it.
Yeah. So, but that's what I do. It is true. So, okay.
All right.
So go ahead.
Go ahead. Angela says, hey, I have narcolepsy. Will I ever find something natural to deal with my symptoms?
Ooh. I'm picking up an oil, an essential oil, Angelus. I want to say, because now remember, this doesn't come from me. And by the way, I'm getting my herbalism degree. I decided not to work on my PhD. I put it to the side. I'm going to get an herbalism degree because I'm using it so much.
I love it.
And I found a woman in Sheboygan. You know where that's at, Kent?
I do.
Oh, he does. And that's where I'm going to go with this woman because she's got her PhD in it. And I kind of liked what her philosophy was. But anyway, black seed oil, oregano oil, it's something of that nature, Angelus. Mm. It's not clear oil. It's got a slight color to it. Yeah. I think it's black seed oil. I want you to try and see, and I want you to look up the benefits of it. Okay. So, because I think that's the oil, but I see the color of it and it's kind of a amber color. And it does seem that like that. Okay. So, tell me what you find. You got to search for this because sometimes they don't completely tell me. Sometimes they'll tell me the whole name. Sometimes they don't. Mint, or it looks like mint or oregano. Do you know how the leaf looks? You guys know what I'm talking about? Mm-hmm. And I'm seeing oils. So, okay. All right.
Yeah. Sue says, will my daughter have a baby? And when? And I say, well, if it's a cold winter.
There you go. Yes. I want to say within 2 years.
Oh, nice.
That's coming. Yep.
Here's what I know you'll get. I've not known you not to be good with these type of questions. My papa can't find my grandma's photos. She passed last year. Will he be able to find them in the house?
Okay. It's okay. This is what I'm getting, Shauna. So it's a little bit disorganized in there right now. And it's in a box, I believe. Yes, I believe you'll find them, but it's going to be a while. It's underneath newspapers or something. It's underneath other papers, like newspapers or something, or have him start looking around where there's papers, something about papers. Okay. And see it. Let me know. I have been able to find things for people. I had somebody that lost a ring and I told her, you've got to look between your bed frame and your mattress. And she found it. So
yep.
I get what I get. You guys know that. So
somebody found their keys behind the bathroom sink once, you told them, and there they were.
And yes. Yep. So
there you go. That's why I say trust me, you're good at that one. R. McAdams asks, will my son's arm heal and be okay?
Yes. Is it broken? Because it seems like it's broken, right? Something about his elbow. It's going to take longer than that they wanted. They may have to do some type of procedure to correct something, but it's small. And it seems like it's just going to take a little longer than you guys would like it to, but it will. Okay. All right. All right. Let me take something. I'm going to take some off of, I'm going to take something off of Instagram. Will our vacation coming up go well? Yes, actually pretty well. I will tell you, it's so funny because I get what I get. You guys know that I'm just the conduit, right? And I predicted, I said, be careful for your tires. And my friend calls me, he goes, okay, how did you do that? Because I have a flat. And I'm like, because I'm a conduit, they're trying to help you and keep you safe. Your guides are. So I'm just doing that, but it does, Rolling Rocks, it does look like it's okay. There's going to be an expense coming up though, that you didn't know. I don't know if something's going to be a little more expensive than you thought. There's something, make sure you keep a couple $100 back, like to make sure that something's paid. There's something about a price. Okay. All right. Mm-hmm. All right. Beautiful. Go ahead. What we got?
Tracy 7 Trace says, will my daughter Desiree have any more children? She has 3 now.
She wants one though, right? I don't think so. I don't think so. I think that she's going to decide that it's going to be too much for her. And
That's
I
it.
yep, yep. All right.
Maybe have her get a white-faced capuchin monkey.
Oh,
They make great pets.
oh.
Brooke Payne says, I had the back surgery in August. I'm certain I'll have to have another to resolve nerve issues.
Yeah.
Now, it's been 3 months since we visited this last. What do you think?
Yes, yes, you do. You have to have something to correct it. Look for that doctor. We talked about this before, Brooke. I think that this person's he's either Asian or Filipino. He's of that kind of nationality. Real dark hair, real dark eyes, real kind of not a real tall guy. He's the one you need to be talking to. Okay. And there's a woman involved too. I don't know if they're working together. They might be. Okay. That's who you need to talk to, and it will get corrected. Okay.
Love it.
All right. Let me take a
yeah, go for it.
Okay. Okay, hold on here, guys. Okay, so Deanne wants to know, how will Jason react when I tell him I'm leaving him? He's going to be very unhappy and very depressed. He's going to beg you not to go, that type of thing. And he's not going to be okay for a little while, but he'll get over it. He'll get over it. He's going to have to. You have no choice. So, but he's going to almost freak out a little bit. So, not in a bad way, but he's going to be like almost like shaky, like. So, just be careful and but stand your ground. I feel like you, for some reason, I feel like you need to stand your ground. I don't know why I want to say that, but just letting you know. Okay.
There we go. Amber Elizabeth, good morning, says, do you see me being in any romantic relationship soon?
No, maybe possibly next year around March or April. It'll be a little while. It's okay. Take care of yourself. Concentrate on that.
Linda Turwey says, my granddaughter just had a tube pregnancies. Do you see her ever having a baby on her own?
Get a tubal? Oh, that sucks. I do. And I want to say she might end up taking her eggs out and being inseminated or something. It's something like that. It's something like that, Linda. It's because I see there's a doctor working closely, and I see that there's like something being implanted. So, okay. But yes, she will. She's got 2. Okay.
There we go. Our good friend, the Duke of Earl, not the Duke of Earl, but the Earl of Rule. Lana, I met a nice woman online, Aracel. She is overseas. Now, do you see this as a possibility for marriage?
Yeah, yes, she's interested in coming here, right? Because I feel like she is interested in coming here. Yes, it's a possibility. This whole thing being that far away is so hard, though, Earl. You have to kind of work on this. Make sure you have an open communication with her, because she's not telling you something, not in a bad way, but there's something that she's not telling you. And you need to make sure that she's got to be completely honest with you. And I don't want to say it's bad, but she's got to be a little bit more honest. She doesn't want to blow this. So she's not telling you something. Okay. So just be careful, Earl. All right. Okay.
Secrets are sexy, though. All right. Sarabi Kumari says, when will I get a higher package salary job, especially the one that I want?
It's not until mid next year. So, Robbie, I don't feel like you're going to be at your job for a while, so it is okay. But it's not coming until more middle of the year of next year. Sorry, wish I could give you a sooner time, but there is one coming. And I can be off a little bit on time. So to let you know, and I am sometimes. I had recently somebody said to me, they got online, they go, well, I had my baby when they said I was going to, and you said it was going to be early. You're wrong. And I'm like, okay, is your baby healthy? Yeah. Is everything real good and you're healthy? Yeah. Well, what's the problem? You know what I'm saying? I'm off by a week. So what? I was off by a week. I'm not perfect. So see what I'm saying? So
yeah. Right? We never claim to be perfect. We claim to be good, but not perfect.
Yeah. And I sometimes say if people want to know, the exact day and the exact time of every single thing that happens. So I can't do that. So
I've got the perfect hairdo. Never a bad hair day.
Out of place there, is there?
The
That's
only
right.
thing perfect I got. All right. Allison says, will I get pregnant soon?
Yep. What do you mean by soon, though?
Ooh.
Next couple months? I think before the end of the year. I think so. Yep.
Well, that
Yep.
looks like there's going to be fun had in the fourth quarter. Teresa says we are in two separate lawsuits with the same people. Well, we won the first two cases. Now they're appealing to appellate court. Our second suit is to collect $115,000 that they owe us. Will we prevail? If so, will it be soon?
One first two cases. Now they're appealing to appellate court. Our second suit is to collect. You're fine, Teresa. You're fine. Yep. You're fine. You're gonna get it. They owe it to you, and they owe you more than that. If some people had their way, you would not just you. I'm saying they would give you even more. There's something about that, and so just hold on. They're dragging it out on purpose. Okay.
Shelly says, will my husband and I have a baby?
Very yeah. Are you trying now? Because I are are you pregnant? It's very soon. It's very something's happening soon for my dear.
Yeah.
Something's happening soon. Yes.
Listen, that puts us right at the end of this here episode. For more accurate predictions, go to Lana's website at Enchanted Sky. That's skye.com. For fast and affordable answers, try coffee.com.
Yes.
You can trust Lana for reliable insights, and she's here every Wednesday morning. Like, follow, subscribe to all of her social media, and when she pops up here or there or everywhere, you'll get alerted. I sure do, which I love. But she works hard and just enjoy it because she's doing great stuff. But listen, for all of us here at 21.6 The Net, we can't thank you enough for getting caught in the net with us this morning. The other thing is like, follow, subscribe, all of our stuff too, because we've got other great shows other than Metaphysical Meanderings, the podcast. But you can go out to Spotify, Apple Music, all that good stuff, and find us and Lana there. Lana, thank you for your time. Everybody, we'll see you next week.